That's vanguard. That's a different type of leadership. That's being a frontline leader. It's a place for that. This platform gives vanguards, leaders, the tool to be successful, and we boast you out into everyone. We expose you to people. We create as much marketing as we can to show people, hey, you can find out more about how to have a better day, how to train, even if it's how to train your pets to do certain things, or even is how to financially be successful in life.
Hey everybody, welcome to $1 Million Destiny TV. I'm so excited today to bring you Thiago Desouza. Not only is he a good friend, but I've had a chance to really work with him directly and closely in different projects. And he is the founder of a brand new project that is the reason why I'm bringing him to you today. We both are driven by the fact that we care about legacy. This show is all about money, wealth, and legacy spoken about through the kingdom perspective, through the lens of not the worldly sense of success of, we see a lot of deceit, lying, cheating, stealing just to be able to get to the top. But this show is all about talking about success from a kingdom perspective, doing things from understanding that stewarding resources, love, and relationships through truth, love, empowerment, light, because we all know that we are here for a moment, a blip of time, and that God created us all to do something very specific, very special, to make a difference on this planet. And when we look around in the world right now, it's obvious that things are breaking down on all aspects. So how do we make a difference, be the difference? And that is why I am so thrilled to have this conversation with Thiago Desouza today, because that is what drives him. And we're going to talk to him right now. He just won this very prestigious award as a creative director. He's been, oh my gosh, he's been in top companies. He's going to correct me. I believe it's like Discovery TV and so many more big names that you do know of. And now it's prepared him, right? It's prepared him to get to this point where he can bring to you the things we're going to talk about today that's going to help you bring your talent and gifts to the world so that we can anchor your gifts on the planet to serve and be the model and be the lighthouse for the other people who are looking for you, because we need it now like never before. So, hey, Thiago, thank you so much for joining us today to bring your gifts to the world. So, hello.
How are you, my friend? That was just huge. I hope I live up to it.
Well,
I only putting a lot on my plate.
No, I only speak the truth. Right. We were just talking offline, and we were just going to go straight into it. And I said, cut. I got to truly do a true from the heart, presentation of who you are so people understand. Doing it post-production isn't going to do it justice because the energy isn't the same. The connection of having you here right now. I only speak the truth, and I'm so happy. I've always prayed. I didn't even tell you this. I've been looking for this project that you've now birthed into the world, and everything, and not just you, I'm talking to the audience, everything that you've gone through, everything that you thought maybe you failed, or that was such a terrible collaboration that crashed and burned, whatever pit you think you fell into that was a waste of time, I promise you it is not. I promise you that God knows exactly what he's doing, and there is a plan, and that everyone he's put you in connection with, whatever the situation might look like, in the end, there is a purpose for everything, whether it was painful or beautiful. And he makes everything for good in the end for those who love him. I've always wished that there was a social platform that wasn't about stealing our data and selling it to, third party for dollars, following the money trail, right? I wished that there was something that you're creating right now. I never had the chance to tell you that. And I'm so excited. It's not just a social platform. It's about community, it's about empowerment. And yeah, gosh, I know I'm talking a lot and I'm having you here because I want you to talk more, but I'm just so happy that there's a place for this. So yeah, take it away. Tell us more about what drives you. Why did you create this? I know there's more pieces than the social aspect. There's also the streaming TV aspect, but why did you even create this? What's driving you?
Wow. And this is what amazing. One, you definitely, and people like you. It's just, you're right. We went through a similar journey where we were deceived in many ways, but there was a plus to that journey. I found so many incredible people like you, and you also in that group, that really made me think through what I heard from everyone, what everybody needed, and the issue that we see today. I think social media has become a product place, not a community anymore. And that's the biggest issue, is that you're not hearing voices. You're hearing blenders, cars, selling houses, all these other things. And it's a big problem. It's a big problem and this is why it's sad, because I work in marketing and I work with influencers, but I don't get on social media much because I'm just like, okay, I am so done with logging on because it's just, I feel like it's a horrible space. And when it becomes that place that just sells products and sells, like you said, is about taking your information, taking your identity, it doesn't have its own voice. The people doesn't have a voice. And so listening to everyone and finding out what was needed, especially for people that are out there like you, that are trying to help communities to grow and be better and find that better place in life, and show that, hey, it might be a fire right now, but a fire is going to go out and then you're going to be ablaze because you're going to be so strong. It's something that's important to me. And especially since you and I connect because we have young children, we know that we are driving the world to a better place, because when we leave, we want our children to be in a better place. And so Journals was created for that, to allow people to have a community. And our tagline is creating learning, leadership, and legacy. And it's very specific in that order, because if we learn, we are informed and we can be proper leaders. And being proper leaders and able to help people, not selling products, but selling a chance, a future, hope, and really giving people that opportunity, creates that legacy that's important, that legacy that causes a change, that causes that ripple, that's for good and not for what we're seeing right now in other platforms. And I'm not going to name anyone because I think I just shut them all down.
I think we all know. Gosh, you spoke to so much that's in my heart right there, making a difference and leaving something, a better world. Like, that's what's always driven me, leaving a better world for the generations behind us, especially because we have young children. And
Right.
oh gosh, so tell me more about, I do understand what you're saying. Spending so much time on social media, it just drains my energy. Right. And I
Right.
think what drains is that I feel like going onto these platforms that we all know and use, it's like an entity that sucks energy. And we want to come from, like, you're a disruptor in your industry, which I love. I love talking to disruptors and founders. You're a founder because that's leadership, right? You talked about leadership. Leadership starts with us as an individual. And when we talk about
Right.
children, we want to raise children who are leaders too. And how we do one thing is how we do everything. And when we talk about doing our business, doing our life, and modeling that to our children, and then being a model to our community, it's like, it's all the same thing. How we do one thing is how we do everything. And when we see ourselves as a steward of the planet, right? It's about relationships, it's about community, it's about being our best at the kingdom level, which is about truth, integrity, love, um, relationships, doing life together, and then just being that and living that and having this
Right.
platform where you can really tell me more about why the platform is so different than other things on, like, I know, but I want everyone else to know, because I want people, I'm doing this interview because I want people to see this and be like, yeah, I've been praying for something like this. I want to come and be there too, and be the light and be the model and bring other people to create this new community that's all about change. So can you tell me more
Yeah.
about
No.
how you're different?
Yeah. So one of the biggest things we're different, and I think this goes back to what you said earlier about when you log on to a certain social medias, you just feel overwhelmed
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many things that come to you before you even can get to what you want to do, even if it's just to say hello to a family member. You'll see like 500 blenders trying to sell you, and all these videos of today teenagers saying, hey, I can jump off a building and still live, and all these crazy things happening before you can say hello, mom. It's crazy. And so the difference between what we're doing in our platform is that, one, right now we don't have any type of advertisement on there. It's simplified. We want people to come in and feel like they can take a breath and say, wow, I can speak. Because that's what social media was started for someone to speak. And so it's very simple. And that's the biggest thing that we always say to people, is that it's simplified. You go in there, you can speak, you can take a breath. You don't have to feel like you're being bombarded, and then you just say, oh, I can't even be in here anymore. There's just too many things happening. We want people to relax, because there is such a thing of digital dopamine that happens in your brain that really overwhelms you, and that's part of what we feel when we get on our phone. We go on these social medias, and it's just all these things are just bombarding our brain, and it's overwhelming it. Our journals.social is simplified. It's for you to be able to have a voice and speak and be in a community where you can learn, decide where you want to go, decide what you want to do, and also have control of it. For example, we actually, and I love this, and people fell in love with this. They thought it was something that wasn't significant, but it was. When you go to certain social medias, you just get bombarded by stuff. It's just like everywhere. You don't even know the people. You're getting stuff from people that you don't know. Like, who is this? Why did
Yeah.
I get this stuff? What we did is we created different buttons to allow you right there on the feed, that allows you to control what you see and what you get out of it, even to the point where it's only the things that you have liked, commented on, or people that you're following are following you. So you don't get anything else from the social media. You just get those.
I love that. Having the control back in your hands to design the experience you want. You can let in as much or as little as you want. And it comes back to boundaries. I didn't even think that boundaries would be part of this conversation, but it is. Distraction was the word I kept hearing when I was listening to you, is that we're constantly being bombarded with information, and the intention behind it is to get. That's why it's so draining. And I've never really thought about this. We're breaking it down right now. Why the current standing popular platforms, I even have to take a detox from once in a while because it's so draining. And it's because the intention and the energy behind it are people wanting to get from you.
Yeah.
And this is a place where you are giving life, right? And that's what we need right now. The world at large is just getting all the wars and the rumors of wars is about getting what
Yeah.
they want from force and hatred. And this is the opposite. So I'm so aligned with you in the sense that, like, it's not about fighting against something. I've always believed this. It's about being the change. It's about being the model, being the difference, being the light, being what you want this
Right.
world to be, and then inviting others to come and be part of that. Instead of having these groups where they get together because you're a group that's downtrodden, so are we. Let's get together and rally in public about it. But why don't we do the opposite? And instead of
Right.
making others wrong, let's get together on what is right.
Right.
And
Exactly.
that's what I love.
And it's And it's so interesting that you hear, like, especially today. I'll name one platform, TikTok. People are so quick to blame TikTok for, there's just like, it's always TikTok's fault right now. But here's the thing: if you look geographically, what happens like in Asian culture with TikTok, there's nothing that we see here in the United States in Asian culture. When you go to Asian culture and you look at TikTok, what you see are feeding materials, things of, like for kids, about broccoli, about nature, and teaching elements. So it's really not the platform's fault, is what we do with it. And this goes back to the control part of it. Our platform is set up to simplify your journey so you can be in control of what you do. And you don't have to I'll probably throw in jokes and things in there just to lighten up the platform, make people have a wonderful day. But you can say, "Hey, Tiago, I don't want to see you today." You can say, I want to be over here today. You have control of that. You can decide your journey on that day on the platform.
I know we were having conversations another day, and how you wanted to, we were talking about how the world, people are so depressed, and that we can see that what's coming ahead is that to the 10th degree. And that we wanted to be a place where people could breathe, like you said,
Yeah.
right? They could just come and have hope. And that I'd like to see, this is really also for content creators. This is for content creators who are here to make a difference, who have the skill sets and the gifts and the talents to offer a peaceful, hopeful solution to whatever it is that's ailing them, whether it's spiritual, mental, emotional, psychological, financial, physical, right? Like all the things of being a human, parenting, taking care of elderly parents, whatever it is, pets, like it doesn't matter. If you have a voice and you've gone through something and now you've turned it into gold so that you can help others, this is a place for them to shine.
Exactly. Like, that's the leadership part of it. And I wanted to use another word, but it didn't fit well. As a creative director, I was like, no, I can't use that because it doesn't fit well. But it's vanguard. That's a different type of leadership. That's being a frontline leader. It's a place for that. This platform gives vanguards, leaders, the tool to be successful, and we boast you out into everyone. We expose you to people. We create as much marketing as we can to show people, hey, you can find out more about how to have a better day, how to train, even if it's how to train your pets to do certain things, or even is how to financially be successful in life. There's we created this platform. For example, we have the ability to create courses and sell your courses, and have private Zoom sessions or public Zoom sessions to teach people and to give people lessons. Create your own group where people can come and learn more from you. We're giving leaders the tools, the ability to be able to be successful. And not only that, you said financially, we're also have an affiliate system, which was provided, and the idea came from Miss Mary. I appreciate you. She pushed me. She's like, Tiago, people have to benefit from this. I said, okay, all right, we'll make it happen. So, and we made it happen. So as you see, the community is a voice that we also listen to and we also learn from, because I know that financial and that place a lot more than I, and that was something that really said, hey, yeah, that's right. We have to make sure that people are fed. And the circle that I always talk about is, if we feed leaderships the ability to grow and be successful, we're going to come back, and they're going to come back with greater content, greater abilities, be more successful, and it's going to come back into our platform. So it's going to be that circle that feeds them and feeds us also, and creates that positive growth for that message that's important for people to hear.
Totally. And I couldn't help but just have a flashback to how God put us together, and we were in a situation. I've gone through many situations where I thought I was going into one thing. It turned out to be another. I was disappointed. But at the end, it's about the relationships you get to build afterwards. And so I'm grateful for that. The reason why we're so aligned in this mission is that we have done the work to accept and release and continue to. There are days, but I think majority wise, it's complete. And I've come to the place of even wanting to review every human I've ever come into contact with. Like, this is my mission this year, and this is all going to come back to us feeding people with
Right.
our authenticity and our breakthroughs and our completions. Is coming to, I want to actually go through the history of every human I've ever had a friendship or relationship or colleague, a relationship with. And if I've done anything where I can come and say, I'm sorry, or like specifically in that, like a forgiveness thing, whether it's from my end, yeah, specifically from my end, I don't know what it is that I feel like I'm preparing to leave the planet, even though I don't think like I'm going to die or anything soon, but we never know when that's going to happen. But I feel like in a very peaceful, freeing way, I want to go and tie
Right.
up every loose end in my life from the day I was born until now. And I just feel like it's closing all the
Wow.
loops, it's shutting all the doors. It's going to be so liberating, and it's going to allow me to feed as a leader, whether to my children or to friendships or to family, and then specifically as a leader in the field in whatever
Wow.
capacity. And so, yeah. And I want to say this about you. Oh, sorry, I spoke over you,
No,
but
no, I was gonna say like you're definitely not a leader. You are a vanguard. You are literally a vanguard. So always keep that in mind because you are that person who stands in the front line, and that's what I love about you. And I love that you do that, and it's just amazing to have that journey there, and always keep in mind that there's no time limit. It could be the last day that you're here, that you're still going on that journey. So it's your journey, it's your timing, it's not anyone else's. And so so I just wanted to say you're a vanguard.
man, I love that word. I've never used that word in a sentence. I've never had it in a conversation. And thank you, because you want to know something? I always viewed myself that I just didn't know that was the word. And clearly you're a vanguard. Now
Thank you.
you're piecing it together for me. Because I always said that I'm on the front lines and I want to link arms with other people who are pushing the boundaries of being visionaries on the planet. We are visionaries who see the problem in the world, at home and abroad, and we instantly have solutions, and we think that's easy. Let's
Right.
be the difference. And that's who you are. That's exactly what you're doing. That's why we're talking about everything you're doing right now, to make that difference. And then not only are you a vanguard about, like, I see that, but you're creating the container. I always use that word. You're creating the container for people to come in and be the vanguard.
Yep.
Dude, you are the vanguard of vanguards.
The vanguards are vanguards. Look, I look at myself as this, and I love that I'm capable of doing this. And this kind of says, the journey of where people's life, like one of the hardest things that I have is I'm not a public speaker. I just have, if I have a one-on-one, that's great. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. I've never been able to properly be a public speaker and speak to multiple groups. But I've learned that hearing like your message, hearing you speak and hearing others speak, and knowing who I am, the tools that I have, saying I'm the person that hands you the spear. I love that position. I'm the person that hands you the spear so you can go and be in that fight to make the world a better place and be successful. And I know I am the person that's going to give you a sharp spear to make sure you're successful. And I love that position and I love that, not that position, but like I said, the word constitution and that responsibility to be able to, and that's literally like journals. That's journals. I've created that spear to allow leaders and vanguards to be able to be out there and be where they need to be, and not be caught up in doing all these other things that I consider a distraction to their voices. And so it's just exciting to be in that position. It's exciting to be there and be able to share people like you.
Man, that was so well said. I love it so much. Can you just give us a little overview of like when someone comes in, what are all the things available to them that's going to help them spread their voice and their
Yeah.
message?
Yeah. So the great thing that we did in journals is there's multiple subscriptions. And so wherever you are, there's a subscription for your level. So, and the platform is not meant to push you to, oh, buy this or buy that. Be where you are and be successful where you are. When you do decide to grow, that is your choice, and you decide when you're ready for that. But there's so many capabilities in there. I'll just talk about a few. One, you have the ability to create your courses and teach people. I think that's amazing. And the coolest thing we were able to do because someone told me, hey, this is so difficult to build this course. There's too many elements. We were able to clean it up, and it's a very simple way for you to be able to create your course. Not only just create it, you can sell it, and hopefully be successful with the selling of your courses, so people can learn from it, so you can benefit from it and create more courses and have the funding to create more opportunities to teach people. If you have events, if you have major, small Zoom sessions or big events at locations, we have the ability for you to promote that, not only within your group, but also publicly through the whole platform. People can actually go and see, hey, I'm not doing something Thursday night. Mary's speaking on Thursday. I'm going to check her out. I haven't seen her content. So what is that? That's like free marketing for you or for anybody that's speaking on that Thursday night. And I love that. And then we also have the capability. This is really cool. We're teaching people how to do this, but your Zoom can be connected one-to-one. So anything you can do on Zoom, you can do it on our platform, and you can have that meeting right in there on our platform. And here's the cool thing. This is one of the biggest reasons I want people to get out of the Zoom thing. There's a timer. So no one should be late to your meeting. I'm just saying. And that's just some of the capabilities. I mean, my favorite, and people make fun of me for saying this, it's not one of the big things, it's a small thing. There's a to-do list. You're able to have a to-do list, so you can keep track of what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and and be able to do that. But there's so much, like I talk about the organization of the courses. There's just within your groups, you can create subgroups. So if you have VAs, if you're a big organization, and you have people that are actually organizing your events or everything for you, you can give them control over not only your groups, but the groups Zoom capabilities, and be able to have that ready for you and be able to function there. And also, if you have a business, we have a business section where you can put your business profile. And soon, by March, we're hoping we're going to create a vendor marketplace where you can also sell your products. We're just trying to make sure that, like I said, one of the biggest thing that we are accountable to everyone is to make sure that it's clean, it's simplified, and people don't feel like they have to buy 50 blenders. So I hope people are I don't know why I always go to blenders.
That's probably what you're seeing in your feed. But
That's
that's
probably,
that's the thing I wanted to say is that it's so clean and beautiful. Like the design itself, it's just so bright. It's clean. It's simple. It makes me want to come there because I come and I feel relaxed. It's so easy to figure out how to navigate. Everything is intuitive, and I really do come in and feel relaxed, which is the opposite of what we were saying earlier, going to other platforms. And I
right.
instantly feel like sometimes I go to one platform and I'm like, why am I here? I literally forget. There's like the spirit of confusion that makes me forget why I'm
That's what
there.
I'm saying. You go into Facebook to say hi to someone, and suddenly you're looking at you went down this Wikipedia wormhole where you're like, where am I? What is going on?
Yeah, I don't appreciate that because it's
Yeah.
intentional. I've seen
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
documentaries where creators of even Gmail back in the day created even just your email to be addicting.
Yep.
So everything has been designed with that in mind for the dopamine hits. And here instead, we're using a to-do list, which I love because you do get that dopamine hit every time you check a thing off of your list. And like, that's way more productive.
Right.
But my experience of journals.social is that it's clean, it's simple, it's beautiful and elegant. That's number one. So it makes me want to be there. I feel relaxed. There's no ulterior motive of someone trying to get from you. Right. There's not an advertiser that's there following you around, making you think that they're helping you, but they're just trying to get from you. And then as a content creator, as someone who creates courses, as someone who puts on events, like you can sell your tickets on there with a timer countdown. You don't even take any commissions off of course sales, event sales. You literally are there to serve the people who are there to make a difference in the world and just help them make it happen. Like that's literally your heart and who you are. It's your constitution. And I love that you said that word because I studied Chinese medicine. And that's a word we use a lot in there is what's the constitution of the person? What does that mean? How were they born and created to be? What is their blueprint and their type? What makes them thrive?
Right.
And what makes you thrive is to help others thrive.
I love it. I love it. I love it to just see someone just succeed and you were part of that journey. That's why I'm a creative director is like to be able to see that project be successful. It's just amazing. It's just like I just get so much thrills out of it. That's my dopamine right there. So
yeah, me too. Seeing others succeed and thrive and rise to the next level again and again, that makes me thrive too. Like that
exactly.
lights me up so much. It's my constitution. So before I segue, I just want to wrap up here what we were just talking about, everyone. We're talking about being a vanguard. If you're on this show and you're still watching, you are obviously a vanguard. You are here on the front lines, seeing that there are problems there's always going to be problems to solve in the world. And you see where you fit in, but you just need to get your voice out there. This is the time right now. We need you to step up. So come and join and check it out. Look around. I'll make sure I put the links of how to find everything and we'd love to have all the vanguards here because that's what this was created for. We talked about this is a place you can get your gifts and talents that God created you to do, to be that impact in the world. But we deserve to make money, wealth, and legacy. And all of that comes when we pursue the destiny of why we were created. And that's what this platform is all about. Now, Thiago, we're going to go to a quick break. And then when we come back, let's talk about the other side of your project that has to do with streaming and TV. We'll be right back.
Journals.Social, a platform with a mission to spread learning, leadership, and legacy with ease. We empower content creators, changemakers, and visionaries to make a difference in the world. This platform was created for you to connect and amplify your messages to accelerate your impact. Join our vibrant community today. Engage in discussions, follow creators, and connect with people who share your passion and purpose. You can create private groups, events, and even sell your online course. We provide the tools you need to thrive. Email us for more information.
Are you looking for support with your retirement strategy? If so, we'd love to help you at the Valorem Group. If you have a 401k, an IRA, or a pension, if you have an inheritance or a settlement and you're not sure how to protect and grow it, give us a call. We're here to help you reach your goals. Welcome back, guys. So we were just talking about being the difference, being a vanguard. What is a vanguard? I never used that in a sentence, but we sure used it today throughout the whole conversation. It's about being on the front lines, and taking it to the next level, though, is linking arms with other people who see themselves as light leaders on the front line, pushing the boundaries of change so that we can lead everyone to higher ground, the promised land of we can recognize that we don't like what we see here on this planet right now. So then if you can recognize that you don't like it, you automatically have the solution. And if you don't think so, then you just got to pause and ask yourself what it is. But most likely you're here because you do automatically know what the solution is. And if you could link up with a community of people who believe the same way, of being the change, man, it's so fun to do life together and be that difference and see all the different fingerprints of what we were seeded and created the blueprint of why we're here. How are we going to make the difference in our flavor? But having a community of vanguards together, I am so excited. So thank you so much for creating that, Tiago.
It's amazing. I love it. I love it. Think it goes back to what we were taught as a kid is like the power when you count from 1 to 2, but then if you start multiplying, it can become amazing. One
Mm-hmm.
person can reach another person, but then now the multiplication starts. And if we have those vanguards there, we can really change the world.
Yeah. And, I say kingdom a lot because this show is all about having a higher standard. It's not about religion, it's about truth. It's about having discernment. It's about integrity. It's about love and being the difference. And that's why I'm so excited about this. And there's one more piece I want you to talk about is Journals TV. Can you talk more about that?
Yes, journals TV. So we do have that element also because like I said, one of the biggest thing that we want to make sure is that you guys are out there and you get exposure. You get people see your message. And so we also constructed journalstv.com, where it's an online streaming platform. We do later on plan to go on to like Roku and different apps. But right now we're just really focused on where we can create an audience we know we're good at. And what we've done is we made agreements with certain entities like YouTube. We're in conversation with Hallmark. We're in conversation with Calm. We're in conversation to allow share content that's going to nourish your mind, body, and soul. And also, if you are a content creator, you are a leader, you are a vanguard, and you create these videos that help people, we have a place for you. That is the first place you go, which is web series, where people can see your content. And with these agreements with all these networks and all these shows that we're bringing on there, it's content that creates the question that makes them say, hey, this like movie about debt and going into debt and losing, I question how I can make my life more financially successful. They have web series here with certain Mary Wang that I need to go see and take her input. So what we're doing is creating a platform that creates that circle where we create the question, and people by watching films or series and all the content that's on there they have to do with nourishing your mind, body, and soul. So I'm sorry, Michael Bay, you're not going to be on there because I don't know what we can really learn from Ninja Turtle outside of eating pizza. But there are films in there that really makes you question the walls that are in front of you. And then we have you guys as leader to, once they break through that wall, to be there and be able to feed those people and show them this is where you can go. This is how far you can go. And I love being able to provide that for everyone and having that platform there for everyone to see. So
What? I did not even know that piece. That is so brilliant. That is so brilliant. You're literally offering beautiful documentaries to open the mind. I love documentaries. Like, I watch
yeah,
those all the time because they're so educational. It pushes the boundaries of my beliefs. I mean, usually they are pretty one-sided, but you have to use your discernment. But back to your purpose of having those there is that, well, we're not going to just leave you there with the problem and a suggestion of a
right.
solution. Now, Journals TV and Journals Social, where now there's courses or people, there's so many different ways to find solutions and leaders
Yep.
or be the leader.
Exactly. It's like I said, it's a circle. And by the way, we also we have the capability to have audio podcasts too, because not only can you watch it on desktop, but you can watch it off your phone.
Yeah.
So if you're you're on the bus going to work or something like that, you can just pop that on and you can either watch something or you can listen to a podcast to help you grow or help you develop or answer any questions that you have in life. So it's just. I come from a long history of working in film production. And I love the elements of film to always creating a question. And they
Mm.
always, majority of films do. At the end of the film, a lot of times you have a question of whatever you watched. And so to also have people there to provide content that gives answers, gives the
Wow.
next step, gives guidance, it's an amazing journey to be able to provide that and be able to take someone on.
Well, that is what you told me was really one of the underlying purposes of all that you're doing here that we're talking about today is to give people a pathway of how are we going to be in this world that seems so dark and oppressive and depressing? And instead of reaching for the coping mechanisms that hurt us, why not be that place of light that can give them the
Yeah.
next step to the solution? And it's so easy. And it doesn't cost anything to watch the next step, right? Does it?
No, no, you can. It's free. Like to watch.
Yeah.
You don't even have to sign up to journals.social. You can just go to journalstv.com, make an account, and then it's free. You can watch whatever you want to watch. We don't want to. One, we don't want to charge anybody to be able to learn and develop and grow.
Wow.
Two, did you hear that, government? Education should be for free. Um, so and so we want to make sure that people can come and learn, and that and yeah, we don't make anything off of the agreements that we're having with YouTube and all of them. That they literally allowed us to do this because they benefit from it. But I think the greatest benefit, the benefit that's going to keep on giving, is the fact that people will be able to see this content and also see your content and be able to grow.
I love it. Really, at the end of the day, it's education. It's helping others who have a gift, who are on the path to spread their voice to make that difference and leave a legacy, amplify their voice to make that difference in a time we most certainly need it. And then number three, just, well, being the difference.
Yeah.
So, Thiago, thank you so much. Do you have any closing words that you want to leave behind? I'm just so grateful that not only do we get to work together, but that we're friends. And how old is your daughter? I can't wait to meet your wife and your daughter someday. How old is she? I
She's
know.
going to be. Yeah, she's two. She's going to be three in February 19th. Yeah.
Whoa, that went fast.
Boost
3.
myself up as a father. February 19th at 12:01 a.m.
Way to go. I often have to look up my time. But what are some last, like leaving the last note that you want people to walk away with today?
I'm First and foremost, I appreciate you for being you. I like my journey with you has been just truly an honor, and it has been truly amazing. And it's just incredible to be your friend and to have your guidance and be able to share journals with you, and also have your input in helping it grow. Um, and this last thing I would say to people is that there's, like you said, there's too much separation and segregation happen in humanity, not a specific race or not in humanity. And I think we have too much fear of unknowing, and to be able to learn and grow and be able to understand more can put us in such better place that we can help someone and understand how to help them, because we've been informed and we've learned and we've grown and we've developed ourselves um, through just I'm trying to find the perfect words to say it, but it's so hard because so many people out there, they feel loneliness, they feel discouraged, they feel, and some of the statistics that I've gotten out from Harvard and all those big entities, it just, they just keep popping in my head, and it makes it difficult to say a statement about it. But I guess the last statement in short would be that I hope that journals creates the element of community again, and the element of educating ourselves to want to understand about someone else, to be able to be there for everyone that we can be. Does that make sense? I think I made
That is
sense.
so
I don't know.
beautiful. That is so beautiful. Yeah, that makes complete sense. That makes complete sense. Your intention and your hope behind journals is that it would be a place for people to find community again, and to be the leaders of themselves, right? We can create content, but we're never going to stop learning from other leaders as
Right.
well. And
Exactly.
it's that kind of community of constant growth and expansion and elevation, and then inviting others to come on that journey to higher ground.
Exactly. And I always, and just to add, is profit is not just about money. Profit is about a better lifestyle. And so we can, even if we're just there financially, there will be elements that are missed.
Yeah.
So to be profitable in life and to have a community entity that's going to really feed that feeling for that person that feels alone, that's a profit for them. And to be there for that person who doesn't know how to do something and be able to teach them, that's a profit. So being profitable in life is more just than a financial word. It's about a lifestyle that you can provide for someone else. And that's the word constitution. I hope really people think about that word when they put this together, because we want to make sure that in profit we're being a constitution to someone, and we're making sure that they're creating a better life.
In profit, he hopes that we are being a profit to someone else. It's not just about money and wealth. If we pursue being the difference in someone else's life, letting them profit from what we learned in life by walking through our fires so that we can feed them from that evolution that we were blessed with, that's giving them a profitable moment. And that's profitable to us too. So,
Right. Yeah.
Thiago, thank you so much for your wisdom, for your gift, and for just being the vanguard of vanguards, giving us vanguards an opportunity to have a community. We need that. We need that unity coming back together again. We need that. So thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you for being you, my friend.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys took notes, and our invitation is for you to join us. I'm going to put the link below so that you can check it out. It is a beautiful platform, and give some feedback on what you thought about it. And definitely when you come in, say hi to us, connect with us, say hi. We saw the episode so we can know where you came from, because it'll be fun to talk more about this episode inside of journals.com. All right, guys, see you later.